We will get right into this 8 o'clock matchup between Ascension and Gryphons. Yeah, Chunk. I mean, both these teams are kind of defeated right now. They haven't gotten a single win. Who do you think is going to come out on top?
Yeah, I just saw a lot of struggle here from Ascension being. I see them because they're like in my org. A lot of close encounters and interactions. I haven't seen much about Gryphons, but on paper, Gryphons look like a pretty phenomenal team. We talked about leading this team. Mealey has been a part of Nemesis for a long time, and him combined with JRod just not finding success so far. And I think that they have a really good chance tonight to turn that around.
Yeah, I kind of am in the same boat. I think that J Rod and Mealy combo, they were on the Griffins last season. They ran a deep playoff run. We will see if they can do that as they are taking on Ascension Rockerman coming up from Prospect League. Uh, Addition of Ender and Milkert here for the Ascension roster, completely new. They're gonna have to show out, but a good demo early on. Rockerman not gonna be able to find that shot. Mealy taking this ball out of the orange half. Gonna clear it away, but is stuffed by Milkert. Grambo gets a good pass back to J-Rod. Is gonna get 50'd by Enders. Mealy taking his time, looking for an air dribble. Not gonna be able to get a great touch. Tries to leave it for J-Rod, but Rockerman all over that one on the defensive side of the ball. Grambo continuing to add pressure, but is once again cleared away at the goal line by the Ascension team. They are finally able to break out, get some offense going, but Rockerman not able to get that touch out of the corner. J-Rod taking his time, gets a beat on one. Low boost though, is gonna have to try to get a beat on Enders. Is gonna do so. Not a great touch from Enders. Rockerman having to bail him out a little bit. This could be dangerous as Grambo not wanting to commit early, trying to just let the midfield pressure suffocate the Ascension roster. Mealy getting a flip reset, but that one is cleared away. J-Rod trying to get this touch off the sidewall. Tries to get a 50 by Rockerman, but Rockerman once again being a brick wall on defense, not letting anything through. And even though this game has just started, it seems very one-sided. The Gryphons having a lot of pressure here.
Yeah, 100%. We saw a little tiny bit of pressure from Ascension at the start, but it has been almost suffocating the amount of pressure that Griffins are putting on as Mealy will find one in the back of the net. Just kind of awkward for everyone. Not a whole lot of boost on the side of Ascension, and Mealy able to capitalize, which is really good if you're a fan of the Griffins.
Yeah, I mean, opening goal in the opening series on stream, definitely a good nerves kind of cleanser there for the Griffins roster. Mealy finally linking up, at this time with Grambo, not linking up with J-Rod, who I expected to be early on, but they have just held the midfield so well in this first half. Let's see if they're able to continue to do so, as Ascension finally having some offensive plays, tries to get a pass to Rockerman, but that one not going to be able to be scored. Grambo having to clear this one out wide. Rockerman taking his time, trying to get a 50, but J-Rod gets the beat on him. Milkert not able to get that touch. Enders is going to have to cover there. Grambo collecting that free ball in his corner, gets a good 50 out. Rockerman taking his time, gets a fake pass one, gets a flick pass a second, but he's bumped. He's going to have to be first to this play. He's not going to be able to get the pass, but it works out as a fake. Milkert trying to get the pop by Grambo, and Grambo just perfectly in place, able to get that block. But this pressure is not done yet. Grambo cleared back into his own half. J-Rod had an open net potentially, but this one just going to be cleared out wide. He's going to stay, get a beat, but it's a double commit from him and Mealy. Milkert trying to get a shot. Grambo having to make the save. He does so. Clears it out to his corner, gets rid of that ball. But this onslaught is not over yet, as a miss coming out from Grambo works as a fake on Enders. J-Rod having to clear this one out wide, but gives away possession once again. He's able to reclaim it. It ends up as a pass in the midfield. Double commit comes out, but a double commit from the Gryphons as well. This ball going back into the Gryphons half. Milker getting a beat on one, getting the Doomsy dish by the second player in Mealy, and that one is going to be a goal and an equalizer for Ascension.
Yeah, Milker, really great solo play as it'll go right on the Mealy's car as he's rotating back, and unfortunate own goal, but just a really good solo play from Milker, who has 4 shots, just really trying to equal up the equal up the game. Ventus is a God interesting shot come out there for sure.
Oh my word. Rockerman getting the 50 past JRod, the bounce off the post and the crossbar. Grambo not able to read that one. And Ascension take the lead in game number 1. And it seems like we've really just had a tale of swapping offense. You know, we had Gryphons on the offense the entirety of the first half of this game, but it seems like Ascension has claimed that back. But just as I say that, Caster Curse comes through. Gryphons with a quick shot from Mealey tie up the game.
Yeah, we've seen a bunch of mistouches and a bunch of whiffs, a bunch of double commits, a lot of nerves here in this first game, but the team that will get through this first game with the win will probably settle down, be more comfortable, and I think that that will be very important for both the winner and the loser going onto this.
It definitely will, as Grambo barely misses that shot. Enders does get the save, but he probably would like to have that one back. But a miss there off the backboard by Rockerman. Milker had to bail him out there. Another 50 in the midfield. Milker gotta be on one. Tries to get past two. Mealey is going to be able to get that save. Just under a minute left. Even Steven, Ascension trying to get some more pressure with Rockerman. Pass out middle to Milker, but a block by JRod. And it seems like this Gryphons offense is just starting to heat up as JRod looking for a double tap. Does get it. Tries to get a bump as well. But Mealey not able to beat Enders out. Enders accumulating 5 saves for this Ascension roster. The backbone of this team. JRod looking for a dunk off the backboard touch from Rockerman. Mealey there for the shot. Enders once again epic save. 6th on the game. 19 seconds left. Rockerman getting the clear. Grambo off the backboard to Mealey. Mealey elects not to go for this, trying to keep the pressure. Doesn't want to overcommit as that third man, but it allowed Ascension to get it out of their own half and allow them to get some offense going of their own. But as the clock winds down, Milkert gonna try to keep this one up. He's gonna go for the double. Mealey has to get the touch. He does, and this ball is not down yet. Enders keeps it up. Mealey having 0 boost, just trying to play the 50 in this one. We're going to overtime in game number 1.
Yeah, really good, really good spread of offense there from both teams. A lot of momentum switching up throughout this as we see 2 different players have 5 shots for their team leading them. And like you were saying, Enders with 6 saves. This is an incredibly offensive game. Not a lot of midfield battle, just a whole lot of shots and saves coming out. And I think that you need to get pressure here if you're either team, as it has seemed to be very easy to get a goal off some of these shots.
Yeah, and it looks like Grambo might have gotten that shot there with that redirect, but unfortunately not going to be able to find that angle. But this has started to allow the Gryphons to go through, but a double commit there forces them back into the midfield to the offensive half. Grambo trying to take this one down. A pass comes down to the midfield, but Enders is there trying to get a flick past one, but JRod reads it perfectly and reads that one perfectly as he's able to get the dunk past Milkert, but Milkert getting the free possession back off the play from Enders, gets the reset. Double commit comes out from the side of Gryphons. Grambo gets the 50 past 1, but not past 2 as this is a double commit. Milkert beat last man back. He's going to try to put a shot on net here as both Gryphons players rush back onto the defensive side. Enders playing a high midfield presence, gets a beat on his own teammate, allowing Gryphons to come back onto the offensive side. Grambo tries to get a redirect into the midfield, but Rockerman, having none of it, clears that one away. This ball scarily into the midfield off of a touch by Mealey in the corner, but he's going to get the touch onto the sidewall, not going to be able to finally get that double. And JRod taking his time, low boost, trying to get 50s, baits Milkert out. Grambo trying to get a beat on Rockerman, but Rockerman getting a beat on 2, gets that touch past Mealey. Enders having to get the beat on Grambo, but Mealey cuts back into the midfield. This one there for JRod. JRod shot, but Enders saved. It's still dangerous. Rockerman clearing that one away. Grambo having to reset the offense once again, but Milkert clears that one just for the time being as Mealey shot saved by Enders again. 8 saves now. Ascension holding on to this onslaught of offense from the Gryphons. Enders clearing this one away, but it's right back to the Gryphons player in Grambo. But this one, Milkert is finally going to be able to get rid of that ball and get it out of the Ascension half.
Yeah, we've seen a brick wall performance here from Enders. I'd like to see him participate a little more on offense, 0 shots, but with defense like that, you don't really need him on offense, as he is not allowing a single opportunity to form here from the Gryphons.
Yeah, and Anders, this might be his first shot
Oh!
opportunity. It's going to be stolen by Milkerts there. But Anders, Milkerts come together for the shot, for the goal, for the play to end it in overtime. Ascension taking game number 1. A very, very close series for both teams. And I mean, Anders, what a phenomenal game.
Yeah, 100%. He got the shot at the end that he didn't have. He had a goal before in the game. I think it was off that little interesting crossbar bounce that Rockerman 50'd, but really participating in every fashion in this game. Has one of everything, 8 saves, really just keeping Ascension in that game there. And I'd like to see what Gryphons can do later in the series to really try to sneak some past enders, as they had a lot of shots, a lot of opportunities, but if Anderson get those saves, that's like a 10-2 game.
Yeah, I mean, the Griffins had the pressure for a majority of the game. Ascension had 7 of their 11 shots in the first minute and a half, and Griffins really dialing it up, putting the pressure on them, but Ascension did not break, as they have not yet broken again. This one's very awkward for Mealey. A great save and a great clear from Grambo on that doink touch to force Ascension back, allow Gryphons to get more time back, but Enders trying to get a beat on one does so. JRod also gets bumped, but this kind of works out for the favor of Gryphons as Grambo tries to get that redirect on target, but once again, Enders is there as that third man. Milker trying to get this one across, is going to allow Mealey to just bang that one away. Enders getting dunked. It's just Rockerman back. Very awkward. He takes his time, but JRod pounces on that ball in the midfield. Mealey also pouncing on that one, but this clear goes over the head of Grambo as third man, and all of a sudden, Gryphons find themselves back on defense as they just were a second ago. Milker trying to get a shot on net. Double commit comes out from the side of Gryphons. Grambo having to take possession, does get a beat on the midfield. Rockerman taking his time, getting a clear pass one, almost gets a clear pass JRod, but popped back into their half. Mealey having to get this play in the midfield. Milker already on that one as he was able to beat out JRod, but not able to get the follow-up touch. Enders trying to cut this ball off in the midfield. Rockerman pops it high, looks for his second touch, is going to leave it for Enders. Enders off the corner. No follow-through from Milker. It looks like both teams were kind of waiting for that touch to come through as Grambo having to make a save across net. But this one, Rockerman taking this up high. JRod does get the touch off the backboard to not allow the double tap to come through. Grambo does almost get it past one. It works out in their favor. This ball off the backboard. Mealey trying to get the beat on Rockerman. Rockerman not able to get the read. And this one going to drop in. Gryphons go up 1-0 in game number 2.
Yeah, that is Mealey's third. He has all of the goals here for Gryphons, and really just a phenomenal play to get set up their first shot in the game, as they found the opportunity they wanted, and it was a good look, and they found the net.
Yeah, it seemed like this was the first time Enders was not in the net for the Ascension to make a save there, and JRod gonna capitalize off that beat in the midfield and Mealey getting the shot. But just as I say that, Enders coming through on the offensive side of the ball. Who needs to play defense when you have offense? A great pass there from Rockerman back to Enders. That one slotted, even though it was kind of in the middle of the net, completely throws off the defender in Mealey, and a very difficult one to get back to. I mean, it's all tied. 3 minutes left. I mean, I could see this going either way, Chunk.
Yeah, 100%. That was a great passing play from Ascension there, though. It was a little bit hard to save there for Mealey because it was going 87 miles per hour in the back of his net. And just great chemistry we've seen from Ascension in the series, and I think that Gryphons need to step up their chemistry if they want to match their pace so far, but I think that they'll be able to find opportunities here in the latter half of this series.
Yeah, and that was almost an opportunity there from Mealey trying to get the flip reset past one. And Gryphons, even though they've had a lot of pressure, it feels like they have not gotten many shots, as Rockerman getting a bump on Mealey and JRod in the midfield. Enders gonna commit on this one now that Rockerman got the bump on the second man. A double commit comes out from both teams, but It's won by Milkert. Milkert taking his time, looking for a pass, gets it past one. No, he does not, as that clear is able to get past the attackers there. JrodH trying to get this one up, looking for a double tap. Does get the past Enders. Mealey trying to get this one, looking for a Doomsy Dish. It's going to be saved away by Rockerman. A double commit coming out once again by Gryphons. Milkert just sitting behind this ball, not allowing the Gryphons to come through. Enders, a great save by Mealey. Mealey trying to put this one down, but JrodH and Mealey double committing. JrodH not able to find that shot, but Grambo full boost on the sidewall, looking for a shot. It's going to be an easy save from Enders, but the boost getting stolen in the corners, going to allow Gryphons a longer stay in the opponent's half. A good clear by Milker. Enders is there for the follow. Gets it beat past one there. Gonna drop into the midfield. JrodH's awkward. Milker not able to find that shot. JrodH getting a 50, but it stays in the Gryphons half. Rockerman another 50 into the midfield. Mealey trying to pick this one up. Not a great touch there, as JrodH is gonna have to bail him out. But once again, kind of giving up possession to this Ascension roster as Rockerman has time and boost. Tries to get it past one, does so, but Grambo right there waiting for the flick as Milker awkwardly floating, waiting for that to come back down to get the catch, allows JrodH to pummel it into their corner. Another awkward exchange between Mealey and JrodH, but this is a flick into the midfield. Milker having to clear that one away. JrodH getting a pop, but is demoed for his efforts. Grambo has to cover. He does so brilliantly as he's able to get the clear and the demo on Enders. One person back in Milker for the Ascension roster. A 50 comes through. Rockerman is able to get back. Milker getting a 50, but it pops into the midfield for Ascension. Rockerman trying to get the touch, but it ends up going right to Mealey. Mealey looking for the air dribble, getting a 50. It's to Grambo. Grambo not a great touch. A double kick comes out. He beats his own teammate. Grambo getting the demo. JrodH not able to get the touch. Enders zero boost, but he's just gonna fake, and we go to overtime once again.
Yeah, what a series of events, alas. A lot of miscommunications, a lot of trying to be the hero, but I think both teams will try to settle down as we go into this overtime. Not a lot of stakes. A game will go on however long it needs, and I think that Mealey Mealey is trying to do it all as a he's trying to pass it, he's trying to score insane angles. He just needs some help, and I think if they find a good opportunity like they did earlier in this game, that's how this game will end. But so far the defense here from Enders in this game as well, 3 saves again, has just really shut down these attacks that they have been able to perform.
Yeah, Enders has been the standout player once again, but is he able to clutch up in the defensive side of the ball when it's overtime? He does there. He's looking for a read off of that pass from Milks, and Rockerman having to touch this one into the corner, but Mealey is there. Milker able to pop that one. Awkward for JrodH. JrodH having to make the touch. He's not going to be able to, and that ball is going to fall into the back of the net. A little bit of a slow roller off the bounce, off ceiling, catches JrodH off guard, and Ascension take another 1-game OT game to take game number 2.
Yeah, great great shot there from Milkert at the end. That is a hard one to save, especially if you were not ready. JrodH was just such in an awkward position, and Milkert is really able to step up there and give them the goal that they needed. And I think that Gryphons, they need to find that answer. They need to. I've seen a lot of double commits like you were talking about with Mealey and JrodH. I think if they can get on the same page, they can really change how the series has been going and maybe make better opportunities, less pressure on Grambo as third man to be put in awkward scenarios.
It just seems like Gryphons are really just playing as individual players. We have not seen them really link up much, as you were saying. And I think that's just a disconnect between Mealey and JrodH. Both these players absolutely fantastic, but they need to work together if they want to win. They have shown that they can do it in the past, especially last season. But season 13 is a brand new season. It's a new season for everybody. Ascension looking to close out, get their first win in a sweep fashion. Gryphons looking to hang on to match points and not allow Ascension to take the series. and Gryphons really going to have to show up in this game. Number 3 is Mealey. Starts it off with a shot saved by Enders. Another shot coming out from Grambo, or JrodH, from a pass from Grambo, and that's how you do it. The chemistry comes out perfectly between those two.
Yeah, those are the kind of connections I was talking about. Almost unsavable shots, insanely hard to read. Great pass there from Grambo, able to get it down to JrodH. And those are what I was looking for from this Gryphon team. I thought they had a lot of chemistry coming into this game, and that's what I was expecting. And I'd like to see them do that a lot more. I know they can. We saw it last season, like we were talking about. And I just think that those opportunities are really what's going to win them this series.
Yeah, but we know that even though Gryphons have scored early on, Ascension has been able to come back late in this half, or late in the game, and that almost is shot on there by Enders. Enders is the player I'm looking at to step up once again. He's done so both times in big game situations. He's been the player who's locked down defense. He's the player who's been that guy for Ascension, and he needs to do so once again to close this game out, to tie the scoring and allow them back into this game. As Milkert trying to clear this one away. JrodH having to make a cut on this ball with the only player having boost. He's going to have to collect this one once again. Only 30 boosters named. Looks for a pass to Mealey. Mealey shot on target, but saved by Milkert, and it looks like a pinch clear. Grambo not expecting that. A shot comes out by Rockerman. This one just off the post. Mealey having to clear this one away, trying to just air dribble it past Milkert, but he's not going to be able to do so, but he does get the bump. Enders having to get back his last, and that one is a slow roller. A goal from JrodH, and I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, I think Enders just caught off guard, had to go for boost. He had a little power to the ball, but that ball just got past second man and Rockerman, and just a really good opportunity there from JrodH, and great capitalization by Gryphons.
Yeah, and Gryphons looking to tack on more goals. They want to make sure that Ascension cannot come back from any lead that they're able to generate, and that's the way to do it right there. Maybe a miscommunication from Ascension, but the Gryphons will take it any time. But Rockerman, a pass middle to Milkert. That one not going to be able to be a goal as it was saved away by Mealey. But Milkert up again, tries to get a fake, does so, but JrodH having to make that diving save across net. Mealey picking this ball up, gets a 50 on Enders. JrodH up, 0 boost, not able to get a touch on that one. Milkert able to get the beat. Grambo taking this one, trying to get a 50, does so, but Rockerman clears it to the corner. Mealey does get a beat on Rockerman. Enders having to cover and clear that ball away. JrodH hard last back, having to dodge bumps, having to grab the boost, and is able to even get the dunk on Milkert. Gets another beat, leaves it in the midfield. Mealey, a great shot, a great save. Another great save there by Milkert to keep the Gryphons from scoring their third goal. But JrodH saying it's not over yet, recenters the ball, but a bump from Milkert onto Mealey allows them to clear the ball once again, forcing Grambo to retreat into his own half. But this is a 1-2 play. Grambo not able to get the read, but it doesn't matter as Mealey is able to keep the ball, keep the possession, gets a flick past Milkert, gets a beat on Enders. Milkert last back from JrodH. JrodH pops it high, going for the double. No, it's just off the post, but Grambo has a chance. A double commit comes out on the side of Ascension. Mealey trying to get the touch, not going to be able to do so. This ball is going to get cleared away, and once again, we see Gryphons laying on the pressure, but Ascension held on this time. They did not succumb. They are still down 2-0, but they have not allowed a third goal to be scored.
Yeah, third goal would definitely almost seal the game, just how we've seen the defense here from Gryphons come out. We've seen great defense from Ascension as well. Rockerman this time with 4 saves, but will not be able to save that one as really will get another goal this series. And we've seen a lot more action here from Gryphons with a lot more defense, Ventus.
Yeah, they have definitely turned up the pressure. They are out shooting Ascension 10-2 in this game number 3. They are winning 3-0. And Enders finally makes a mistake there on defense, and Gryphons capitalizing on it perfectly. The Gryphons looking poised to take this game unless anything drastic happens. That's not my caster curse speaking or anything of the sort. But Ascension need to start to gain some momentum back. It seems like all of the momentum that they were able to gain from those first 2 overtime wins was for naught as Gryphons clawed their way back into this series. They're going to have to continue to do so if they want to take the series, let alone withstand Ascension's sweep. But Ascension a little bit lackluster right now on defense. They're making a couple double commits. Enders having to clear this one out, but a demo allows Mealey to take a shot on net, and that one is going to find the back of the net, getting the beat on Milkert. And it seems like Ascension are really panicking now. We haven't seen them make any really double commits in this series, but just then I saw 3, and it directly led to Mealey being able to score a goal.
Yeah, a lot of panicking, a lot of inconsistent defense here in this game. We saw a lot of great defense the first 2 games, but Gryphons just able to kind of crack the code on the defense that they have been putting up. As Rockerman will get a goal, a little goal to maybe find some momentum in the next game, but we've just seen a completely different Gryphons attack. They've changed up how they're playing on offense, and I think that if you're Ascension, you need to find a counter on defense.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely need to figure out some kind of offensive strategy to combat this Gryphons onslaught that they have been experiencing. And with the ball hitting the ground, Gryphons take game number 3, withstand the sweep. And, I mean, they looked really good. I have a ominous feeling for Ascension that games 1 and 2 where they're able to make 8 and 6 saves per player and withstand this 16 shot onslaught from the Gryphons. I don't know if we're going to be able to see that anymore. I feel like that might have been their peak where they just kept it from going in their net. They turned a couple counterattacks and capitalized. But, I mean, Gryphons clean up their rotations, and I'm a little scared if I'm Ascension.
Yeah, 100%. A lot of their first 2 games that they won were close 1-goal games, and Gryphons come into this game 3 and really just put on a onslaught, going up 4-0, letting in 1 goal at the end, but really just making a statement that they are going to prove their their teamwork that we doubted, and really make this a series, Ventus.
Yeah, and I mean, we are heading to Forbidden Temple, game number 4. Anything can happen in Forbidden Temple. Will Ascension clear out the series? Will Gryphons force a game number 5? Time will only tell, as already a shot coming out potentially from Grambo, and he has the double off the post, and that one gonna find the back of the net early for the Gryphons, and I mean, that's an insane play from Grambo.
Yeah, Ender's really not able to read that. Just an insane, insane play. I don't know if I think the first touch he was trying to score it, but that works just as well. Still gets the ball in the net, even fakes out Enders. So really, really great opportunity here for Gryphons, and we've seen them go up in these games. They need to be able to stay consistent on defense and not go into the 3rd overtime of the series.
Yeah, it seems like they have Kryptonite has been those overtimes. They cannot afford to go to a 3rd one, as that seems like Ascension's bread and butter. But they want to continue laying on the pressure. They do not want Ascension to get any presence on their side of that ball. But Rockerman does get a dunk on Mealey as that last man back. JrodH having to get a cut. A demo in the midfield also allows some pressure to be relieved, but a good dunk from Milkert keeps the ball in Gryphons' half. Rockerman trying to get the dunk. Milkert gets the pop past 1, looking for an air dribble 50 on the second one, but a pass coming out. Grambo trying to get the shot is not going to be able to. I thought that was a great 1-2 play from Mealey to Grambo. Thought that was going to be a goal, but unfortunately Gryphons could not capitalize. They want to continue. They want to extend their lead. They don't want to give the chances. And that's a great shot from JrodH, but a save from Rockerman off the post. A great pinch from him, keeping the ball out of the net. Enders trying to get the dunk, turns it into a pinch into his own half. Rockerman claiming this one away, but it's right to Grambo. Grambo taking possession, gets demoed for his efforts, I should say. Demoed for his efforts by Mealey, And JRod having to get the double tap. Does so on target. Rockerman, a great save with 0 boost, keeping that ball out of his net once again. It seems like Rockerman has become that player to step in big. Even when Enders isn't back on defense, Rockerman has made clutch stops so far. Will Ascension be able to continue? Do you think Ascension's going to be able to take this game number 4?
Yeah, we saw a little bit of demos that they got a double demo, really opened up the field, but not able to capitalize. I don't know if they're planning to use that as their strategy going in. We know Rockerman is known for getting demos in a. I think if you're good at it, you may as well use it. So I think that they may use that to get an edge here on Gryphons. But if Gryphons know Rockerman and know kind of the playstyle, they will know that and be ready for it.
As they all were ready for that one. Milker getting a great save. Rockerman, another great save, dodging the bump off of JRod. JRod looking for another touch off that corner, not going to be able to find one. Rockerman, another dunk in his own corner. Milker trying to get a dunk. He is dunked. Tried to get the flick past Mealey, but Mealey dunks the living bejesus out of Milker. Probably scared him there, as he probably wasn't able to see Mealey challenging, and Gryphons get a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, there's really had a lot of faith in Milker there. Milker, like you said, we've all had that happen to us. We've all been dribbling the ball, and then all of a sudden, defender comes out of nowhere, dunks us, goes somewhere near our own net. We aren't ready for it, and that's really just what happened here for Ascension, and they need to be a little bit more cautious. We've seen a couple of slip-ups from the third man, as they are expecting that second man to be there and always make that touch, but you kind of got to be ready for a couple mistakes to come out throughout a series.
Yeah, and I mean, they are trying to limit the mistakes the best they can, but have been cornered on the defensive side of the ball, faced with relentless pressure. Eventually, those cracks are going to show, those mistakes are going to happen, and Gryphons capitalizing on them so far. Grambo popping this one up high. Ender's already on this ball. JRod trying to get the clear. Isn't going to be able to get the touch. A demo coming out from Milker. Mealey is last back. He is going to get the clear. Going to leave it for Grambo to hit it to the corner of Ascension. Rockerman not able to get this touch. JRod pops it to the backboard. Rockerman really awkward off the post. Kind of lost control of the car. JRod puts it right below him. Gryphons go up 3-0. The goals evenly spread across the Gryphons. And I mean, the Gryphons looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, kind of a silent game here from Enders. Not able to really contribute stats-wise, but a lot of great opportunities we see there. Rockerman just kind of awkward on that last play. Just kind of stuck in their own half, and they need to find a way out of here. They need to find some sort of clear, some sort of sustained offense, so they're not always on that back foot.
Yeah, it seems like they have not been able to break out of this midfield from the Gryphons. As another ball going towards the Ascension net, and that one is going to be helped out by Enders, but Rockerman not able to get that touch. 4-0 in game number 4. Gryphons look poised to push game number 5. If this goes to game number 5, will Gryphons win?
100% for what I've seen. Last two games have been 8-1 scoring differential. I think a total of 3 shots for Ascension. Just really stuck in their own half, not able to really do anything. And they really got to change something up, find some sort of like opening in this midfield, try to clean up something, maybe get a pass out to a teammate from a save. Really just find anything to keep this ball away from the Gryphons.
Yeah, I mean, all 3 of these players seem to be clicking now. Constant pressure, constant beats. I mean, they outshot 10-2 in this game. Ascension, it seems like Enders might be trying to do too much on the ball, not really rotating correctly, maybe pushing up too far, trying to get too many offensive opportunities, and it's leaving Rockerman and Milker back in awkward spots where they have to make these clutch saves. Because Ender, I mean, only 94 points in this game. Game 5 alert, though. Gryphons look poised to complete the reverse sweep. I mean, you never know what can happen in this game.
Yeah, 100%. Ascension looked great in those first two games. They didn't make a whole lot of mistakes. Pretty clean games, but the cracks, like we were talking about, starting to show the longer the series went on. Just to really sustain the attack. We saw Gryphons having the attack that they had like this in the first two games as well, but Ascension was able to really stymie it, and they need to find that same defensive energy that they had in the first two in order to really take away the series. But if you're Gryphons, this is your series to lose.
Yeah, I mean, the Griffins have looked so strong in games 3 and 4. I mean, we talk about how Ascension had such great defense. I mean, if you look at it a different way, if you look at it from the lens of Griffins fans, the Griffins outshot them in both games. The Griffins had most of the pressure for both of those games as well, but it seems like they finally clicked in place in games 3 and 4. Ascension really have to step up their game once again if they want to keep the reverse sweep from happening. But Mealey, wanting to make his name known, tries to get an air dribble pass too. But Rockerman able to get a clear on this one as well. Long clear. Mealey having to read this off the backboard. Does so very well. Milkert having to put this one off the Griffins corner. JrodH keeping it in the corner, trying to waste time. Gets a beat on Rockerman, but it pops into the midfield. Enders looking for a shot. Double commit comes out, but Grambo is able to get the save. Another double commit comes out from the Griffins, but JrodH able to get a double tap off the ceiling and able to clear that one away. Milkert trying to get a pass out, but not exactly what he wanted. It goes right to Mealey, and this one, Mealey's going to be able to follow up that touch from Grambo and take an early lead in game number 5. A great pass off the backboard.
Yeah, unfortunately, if you're Enders there, you've got to make that first touch, or else your other two teammates are left in such a bad position. But great link up from Mealy and Grambo there on that play. And if you're Ascension, a lot of your goals have just come from mistakes and awkwardness from Gryphons, but I think they kind of changed it up with this one. Just a nice 50. Everyone just not kind of expecting the placement that Milkert puts it in. Just a great shot from Milkert there, Ventus.
Yeah, and Ascension eyeing the game up, not wanting to let the series fall out of their hands. Ender put a great pass to Milkert. Milkert a great shot. They made a statement. They are not out of this yet. But just as I say that, Caster Curse comes through. Grambo gets a beat on Milkert as the third man. Gets a flick past Rockerman, and gets the beat on Milkert. 1-2 play, and I mean Griffins looking so strong.
Yeah, a great solo play. We've seen a lot of passes come out from them, but Grambo just showing his ability to make plays, given a lot of time there, given a lot of opportunities to make that play happen, and able to convert. Just a great play there by Grambo.
Yeah, but not such a great play there as he's super awkward. JrodH making an amazing save. Grambo gonna have to clear this one out, getting the beat on Milkert, but Rockerman taking this ball back into the Griffins half. Mealey having to keep the possession. It's gonna be taken off his card by Ender. JrodH having to clear this one out. But Rockerman once again waiting in the midfield, looking for a shot. Gets bumped by his own teammate. A double commit as well. Enders is last back. JrodH gets a beat. Mealey up, but Milkert gets the beat on him. Rockerman is able to catch it in the corner, able to take this one out. Tries to get a beat on Grambo, but it's going to be taken off of his car. Milkert looking for the beat on one, does get it, drops into the midfield. Enders getting the beat. It looks like Rockerman was able to bump Mealey, and that one opens the path for Ascension to come back and tie this game.
Yeah, completely different Ascension what we saw from these last two games. Milker has really been able to open up the shot opportunities, and Ender's able to convert on that last one. And Rockerman, like I was saying earlier on, he's known for those bumps and really just able to convert and help his team on that last play.
Yeah, Ascension tying up game number 5, but this one is going to become a goal for the Gryphons. An awkward bounce off the back wall. Grambo, a great touch there, and just a miss coming out from Enders and Milker, allowing JRod to have a free goal. That's not what you want to do if you're Ascension. Ascension, unfortunately, not able to hunker down on defense, even though they just made the equalizing goal. It's taken immediately back from them by Gryphons, and Gryphons looking to continue this onslaught that they have in games 3 and 4s. Mealey trying to get a pop past Milkert. JRod waiting for Milkert's touch. Milkert doing a great job of keeping possession. Gets a 50, but not a great one on Mealey. Mealey looking for a bump on Enders. It's going to go towards Grambo. Grambo puts it off the backboard to JRod. JRod gets a shot, but saved by Rockerman pre-jumping him. But unfortunately, Mealey has the ball back. Enders a great challenge there, able to keep that one from getting any more dangerous, as this ball is now in the Gryphons' half net, almost. I thought Rockerman was going to be able to score that one, but unfortunately not able to do so. Enders not a great save. Mealey getting for up for the double tap, but Milkert able to make the save, able to keep them within striking distance. Enders not able to make that touch, though. Rockerman gonna have to bail him out. Gets the pass to Milkert. Milkert with a pop to the backboard. Backboard, nobody's there. Mealey with the miss. Ender coming through, gets the beat on one. Getting the touch off the backboard, trying to get a 50 on JRod. Milkert having to get this pop. Not the touch he wanted. It allows Mealey to get a clear. Rockerman gonna have to reset. Gets the ball in his own half. Tries to clear it away from Mealey, but Mealey elects to fake challenge, take his time. Enders picks this ball up, looking for a flick past one. Isn't going to be able to do so. Grambo waiting patiently for that one. JRod trying to clear this one out. Get a little bit of pressure back on the Ascension defense. Rockerman a good clear out, but Mealey able to pop it back into the midfield for Grambo. Grambo not able to get that touch. JRod having to commit as that third ran. Milker getting a beat on one, almost a beat on two, but once again, still in the Ascension half. Ascension have to make some offense going as this one popped to the backboard. Enders taking his time, knowing that there's nobody there, looking for a 50, does get it through Mealey, but JRod electing to take time, keep the space, keep the ball. Grambo getting a beat on that player of the Ascension team. Rockerman having to make that save as the last man back. Mealey popping this one onto the backboard. Clear comes through by Milkert. Grambo taking time, looking for a pass out mid. JRod's there, not able to put that shot on target. 20 seconds left now. Mealey gets a beat on one. Rockerman having to take this ball with zero boost. JRod keeping it in the Ascension corner, gets a 50 on Milkert. Milkert not having any boost. Mealey doesn't know that though. Works as a fake. Grambo pops it to the Ascension net. Rockerman having to make a save. Clock going to zero. Mealey's putting it down. Gryphons take game number 5 and complete the reverse sweep.
What a that last 2 minutes just really felt like Griffins were just kind of suffocating them, still putting on shots, just draining the clock, and it was a great latter half of the series from Griffins. Ascension really managed to put up a fight more than a lot of people would have expected going into that game from the previous two, but at the end of the day, the offense of the Griffins really showed did not have an answer for come from Ascension.
Yeah, I mean, Gryphons turned it up 2 notches, and their offense was just overwhelming the Ascension roster, especially in those last 3 games. They were able to hold on in games 1 and 2. If they could play like that for an entire series, then Ascension has a lot going for them. Unfortunately, they are now 0-3. Maybe Rockerman having to contemplate on some moves that need to be made, maybe some adjustments, but the Gryphons pretty happy with that win. They're able to kind of recollect themselves after that tough loss in game 1 and 2. And I mean, if I'm them, right, I'm thinking those were so close. We had a lot of the pressure. We had so much of that offensive ability there. We just weren't able to convert. We have the skills that we can win this series, and they believed that. They held true. They stepped up their game. They were able to convert on more of those chances, and I think that's really what the difference was this series.
Yeah, 100%. Just an a difference between like I feel like the the ability to play with each other. Griffins really didn't show it off in the first 2 games, but they looked like they're clicking on everything the latter 3, and just really really, we saw a little bit of clicking from Ascension, but not nearly as much as we did from the Gryphons.
Yeah, and I mean, sometimes that's all that matters in a series, but that is going to be it from us. We have another series we will have to be back very shortly because this was such a long series that we are actually starting a little bit late. But I mean, you couldn't ask for more content in this best of five. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after a short intermission.